Hey guys, let's talk about the third model in HDLC, that is called V model. What is V model and why it is important? Okay, V model is an HDLC model where execution process happens in the sequential manner in a V shape. It is also known as verification and validation model. Now, what is this? What did you get? Earlier we have explained about waterfall model, we have explained about spiral model and other stuff. Think about waterfall. In the waterfall model, what is happening? The first phase is requirement analysis, second phase is design, then coding, then sorry, coding. After that, testing will come, right? So see, testing will be done by QA, design and coding will be done by the developer. Requirement analysis will be done by both. When developer will do the design and developer will do the coding, what QA people will do? They do not have any work, right? They will be simply sitting idle. Once that, for example, design takes 10 days, okay, and say coding takes 20 days, then testing will start. So this 30 days, there is no work for QA, right? Now QA will start testing, it takes another 15 days. Once QA will do the testing, they do not have any work developer, right? There are resource will be simply idle. Once the testing is done, then we'll release the product. Got it? To overcome this situation, we want to utilize this time for the QA as well as we want to utilize this period for the developer. To overcome this situation, the industry people, they came up with something called V model. In this V model, QA and development, both the work will go side by side. Okay, so no one will be sitting idle. Now, how it will be? Let's see. Let me explain it. This is a very nicely they have explained. Okay, what they are saying, see, these are the different phase. It looks like a V shape, right? So that's the reason it's saying V model. First, when requirement analysis will be done both the QA and developer. Once the requirement analysis phase will be going on, what is this? Requirement analysis phase will be going on. QA also do the requirement analysis, and they will side by side they will write the acceptance test cases. They will start writing their test cases, acceptance test cases. They will do the design for their acceptance test cases. So when you need to do the testing, you don't have to write the test cases, right? Test case was already written in this phase. So you can directly start the testing once the application is ready, right? So you can see here they have when the business requirement analysis. This is the first phase of the development where the product requirement is understood from the customer's perspective, right? This phase involves detailed communication with the customer, lot of meetings with the customer. Everyone will try to understand what is happening, what customer actually want. Okay, this is very important activity you need to know before you start any project. Once these things will be going on, QA also will be involved, and side by side they are going to, acceptance test design planning is done for this. So QA need to done the planning for how they have to do the acceptance testing. Okay, side by side the planning will do, they will write their test cases and all this phase in this design. Okay, so depending on the business and requirements and all. Got it. So in this phase when everyone will be involved with the customer, developers, QA, how they want, how their customer understanding will try to understand, and side by side we'll make sure that our acceptance test cases are ready. We'll write out test cases and all. I know there might be a doubt what is acceptance test cases, regression, what is unit testing and all, what they have mentioned, what is integration testing. We'll talk about it later. Okay, so that is done. Next phase, system design. Now, system design will start. Okay, in the system design, okay, once you have clear and detailed understanding of the requirement, okay, complete design, the system design will have to understanding and detailing the complete hardware and communication setup of the product. In this phase, we will try to figure out what are the hardware requirements, what are the different setups requirements for this product. Okay, what are the systems requirement, how many systems will be required, what database we are going to use. in which business logic will be stored in which system. All these things will be done in this phase. When developer will be doing all these things, the system test plan. So you need to test that also, right? That is called system testing. So in the high level, we can create the system test plan based on system test plan is developed based on the system design. You have to test it, right? All the hardware requirement, all the requirement of hardware and software. So in the side by side, QA will write all the test cases. They will plan everything, how to do the system design testing and all. So doing it in the earlier stages leaves more time for the actual test execution later, right? So what they are saying, if you everything is ready, everything is documented. So when you actually need to do the testing, then you don't have to think about all these things because you have already planned, designed everything. You don't need to think and plan. You just need to execute your test cases. Okay. So here, when the requirement analysis will go, QA will do the acceptance design testing. When actually it will be available, you can start acceptance testing. You don't have to write test cases. You don't have to think what are the things you need to test and all. You can just execute. Same in system design also. When system design will be in progress, then you QA will do the system test design. They will design the test cases for the system testing. And when actually the system will be ready, you can just do the testing later. So this part will come later. Once the coding is done, we'll start this part. So these two is going side by side. This one and this one. This one and this one. Next is architectural design. In the meantime, we will do the integration test design. Okay. So see, architectural design. Architectural design and understood design in this phase usually more than one technical approach. Basically, it is divided into two parts. One is high level design, one is low level design. High level design, basically a lot of technical discussion will happen. How this thing can be done. Different people propose different thing. Okay, no, we have to do this. Someone will say no, we have to do this way. So high level design, it will be done. So okay, so system design is broken down into modular and taking part different functionality. This is also referred as high level design. How the data transfer communication between the internal modules with the outsiders understood defined in this phase. Okay, so all this discussion will happen. With this information, integration test can be designed and documented. So when all this discussion will happen, so in the meantime, QA guys they do the design for the integration testing and they will document all these things. Okay, so got it. So when all these things will be going on here, you will document everything here. Okay, once everything is happening here, when actually it will be ready, you can just start the testing. You don't have to document, you don't have to think what you need to test, what you don't need to test, how you are going to test. Everything you will plan here and you will document everything. Okay, so this middle line is going side by side with the development work. So you can see QA is also not sitting idle here. Okay, so this is high level design. There is something called low level design. In the low level design, okay, for all the system module is specified, referred to as low level design. Once all the system module is specified, that is referred as low level design. Now you have to pick up each system module. See, it is important that design is compatible with the other module in the system architecture and to other external systems. Okay, the unit tests are essential part of any development process and help. So there is something called unit testing. Unit testing means developer test their code after they write. Okay, that is called unit testing. We'll talk about it so that they can figure out the faults and error from their side. These unit tests can be designed at this stage. Okay, so when all these things will happen, modular design, and in the modular design they will do the high level design. Low level design. Low level design means they will go through each and every module and they are going to trying to implement all these things. Once all these things are going to happen, QA can design the unit test cases. What are the things, basic things they can test? But this can be done by developer also sometimes. Okay, in this phase they will plan and design. Once this part is done, so what happened? See, I am explaining again. Let me see. So what is happening when requirement analysis is going on? One second. What's the requirement? One second. So Just 1 minute. Yeah. So once the requirement analysis will be going on, you will involve and write the acceptance test design. They will plan everything, they will document everything. Once developer do the system testing, they will check all the system design and all. You will figure it out what are the things they need to check, what are the things they need to do to check the system testing. They will document all these things, write all this step and everything. Once developer will do the architectural design, it is called high level design, HLD. Okay, you will write the documentation and they will document the integration test design. They will design the integration testing. What are the things they need to test while doing the integration testing? They will document all these things. Once they will do the modular design, side by side, QA will be involved in writing the unit test cases also, and they will design the unit test cases. After that, developer will do the coding part. Once the coding is done, the software will be ready, right? Now, see, this goes up here from here. Now you can start testing one by one. Now you can do the unit testing, right? You don't have to now document, you don't have to think what are the things you need to do, what are the things you need to test and all, because this already you have done here while modular design was going on, or low level design. This is called LLD. You have already documented everything. You just need to follow the document and you have to do the testing here. Once the unit testing is complete, it is fine. You will go to the integration testing and you will start with this. You don't have to document, right? Everything was documented here itself. You have to think about it. What are the things you need to test? You documented everything. You wrote all the steps. So you just do the testing side by side. Once that is done, then you will do the system testing, whatever you have documented here. So can you see here we are saving a lot of time. Otherwise, here also we need to spend time on all these things, right? We have to think what are the things we need to test, what are the things we need to document and all. But we don't have to do it because we have already done it here. So once the coding is done, that is software is ready, we can start one by one testing. First unit, then integration, then system testing, and finally the acceptance testing. Since both the work is going on side by side, so this is known as V model. V is like this, right? This phase and side by side it will go. So that's the reason it is known as V model. So if you go, so if you go and search with the V model here, oh, I'm sorry, I have to delete this. Okay, so if I search with the V model here, you can see, a lot of images here. So basically, these are the basic things, and different people explain different way. There might be little bit difference here and there. You can see requirement analysis, acceptance test, system design, system test, architectural design, integration test, modular design, unit test, finally the coding, and then again it will go. Okay, so some people explain this way. So this is the basic funda, whatever I told you. What is the V model? Okay, concept, user acceptance, and we'll explain different way. Basic main funda is development and testing will go side by side. Once the development phase will be going on, QA guys will not be sitting idle. They will also be doing everything will be ready for their testing. Whatever the things they need to do before testing, you need to document it. You have to write everything. What are the things you need to document and all? What tool you are going to use for bug logging and all? Everything will be ready side by side. This is nothing but V model. Clear? Thank you guys.